Breathwork is all the buzz these days, but why? Aren't y'all curious? Because we are, and it's for some very good reasons. So we are gonna do a deep dive in this segment and see how this can be beneficial for all of us and for you. And we're going to do a live breathwork session that you can be part of during this episode. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow Olympia TV, because we are always about having fun up here with my co-hosts, Camille Perriott, Wendy Fortina, and Linda Murray. But who is this beautiful blonde bombshell in the middle of all of us? This is Lindsay Bell. She is an embodiment coach. She is here to teach us how to do all of this crazy stuff that we know nothing about properly. So without further ado, we got to introduce you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's honestly such an honor to be able to bring this gift of breath into spaces and places where we don't hear about it often. It's so important, and I think the power of our own breath is so unique to each and every one of us, you know? So to be able to hone in that power and this gift that is our life force energy and be taught how to use it so profoundly is an honor. So thank you so much.
Yes. Well, and for most of us athletes, a huge part of our audience, we're all competitive athletes, whether it's doing a show next week or it could be a year away. But this is something that we can learn and then implement during times of stress where we need to relax. But I'm not going to try to pretend I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. We're here to learn, and you're the expert. So can you give our audience a very brief description, kind of generally, what it is that you do, and how can it help all four of us, as well as all of those out there watching us?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start from the beginning. Somatic breathwork. That is what this style of breathwork is. And we'll start with the fancy word somatic, which is, it just means your body, your soma. When we are born, we are literally sensation beings. We don't have thoughts that we're processing. We come out, and our first initiation into this new world, which is very traumatic, is screaming, crying, feeling, and we need touch. We need safety. We need coherence. We need to regulate. So the first thing that we ever did when we come out of the womb is we breathe. So if we can understand that that is literally our life force energy, and in times of stress, right, like we can always tell when we're stressed because of how we're breathing. And we can always change our state with how we breathe. So the beautiful thing is we have the choice at any time, right? So a little bit kind of about my background and my story is I had a lot of trauma growing up. I was abused as a kid and just had a lot of grief and different things. I've lost 2 siblings and grandparents and things like that. And those experiences really led me to this work. So I'm somebody that I practice yoga. I'm a facilitator of breathwork, yoga nidra meditation. I host women's retreats. And my mission is really to drive in these tools that are going to implement and guide you back home to your heart and your physiology, which is where all of your power is. So it's a beautiful way, and I'm so grateful for the things that I've gone through and felt. And that's exactly what breathwork is. So somatic, it's a sensation, it's a soma. We're in our body and we're using our breath to clear. So essentially the first half of the breathwork that you would be experiencing, and we'll do that shortly, is we're going to actually stress the system. If you think about animals, right? When they're being chased by a tiger or a lion, they're like this. Exactly, fight or flight state. And what animals do after having some sort of experience is they will either shake it off or they'll tremor, because this is what their body is doing to discharge that traumatic event. With animals, they complete the process. They shake, they go like this, and then they do deep belly breathing. and then they kind of just like go about their day, you know?
Yeah.
Us as humans, we go through something traumatic or stressful and we're like, smile. No.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Swallow away.
Yes.
Yes.
Swallow it. Especially as women, we push it down. We have kids. We're like trying to do it all. We're trying to keep it all together. Yeah, and we're doing all of these things and trying to just regulate.
Yeah.
So the power of what we're doing in somatic breathwork is we are stressing the system at first. So what that looks like is we're applying stress, we're meeting it so that our nervous system, which is our electrical system, is able to start to regulate with the tension in the body. So we're taking it up. And then we start to allow these spaces to open in our body, which can look like crying, holy water, which is beautiful. And in some ways, we've been taught that crying is not good, you know, like don't feel, cover it up. We don't go to an ocean and we're like, that's dumb. The ocean water is beautiful. So I like to think of our tears of like, this is ocean, this is water moving. Yeah.
Our tears are like the ocean moving.
Exactly. Exactly. It's flowing through us. And then also too, like letting anger come up, letting joy come up, because really our ability to meet those spaces and places of grief and anger and whatever it is also our capacity to feel immense joy and liberation.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I do. I really do feel that.
Have you guys ever done any of this breath work?
No, but you know, I haven't ever really thought of it as a formal practice of art. I mean, of course, I've done yoga before and everything like that. But you know, when I used to work, you know, a desk job, it wasn't technically a desk job, but I was at the desk all the time. I would find myself a lot of times when I was so caught up in work and I was stressed out, I realized I was like holding my breath. I had to take moments away just to make sure I'm focusing. Because a lot of people that are at a desk, they're working, I don't think they realize how they're not getting, and it was more from an exercise standpoint. I was trying to, you know, recognize that I wasn't getting circulation in my body. I would go out to go for like a quick walk. And it was all like really like part of my anxiety mechanism was to hold my breath. I think a lot of people are like that.
100%. Can anybody relate?
Even Apple Watches now have like the breathing mechanism.
Time to breathe.
So like it will tell you if you're like not breathing properly.
Don't you go, I don't have time to breathe.
Yes. It's always just like
I'm busy. Lay off, buddy.
So it is important. But we don't know anything about it.
Yes.
Right. I'm just so honored. Like I said earlier, I'm so honored to bring it to. And to your point, like this is also a tool that anybody can take with them, because we all go through stress in life, and stress has the ability, two things. We can either get stressed and it be a traumatic experience, or we can use stress to actually evolve, grow, and expand our capacity to evolve.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the things that we experience are actually like we go through it. And for me, I'm like, wow, I actually learned a lot. I grew from that experience, and now I can expand into this next version of myself.
I feel like you unlocked like this next level of energy. Like I can feel your energy just coming off of radiating off of your body. You must have tapped into some additional kind of level within yourself, because your energy is so powerful.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've been studying Abraham Hicks. Are you familiar?
We got a pro here.
Every single morning, all day long. Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks. So I'm feeling you. Everything that you say. Every single morning, meditation. I work out to Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks.
That's it.
Wow.
I'm feeling you.
I just found Oh my gosh. So Abraham Hicks, if you don't know, you need to go on YouTube and get to know. Yes. She is a gangster. I swear.
Gangster.
My son, who is 9, he'll be like, Mom, can we listen to the grandma? Because she's an older lady, but to your point, she talks about the power of our thoughts, the power of our vibration. Let me just say this, right? Like tuning into your nervous system. Have you ever been in a public space space, obviously you ladies have, and you're having a conversation and immediately your body, not your mind, but your body's picking up on their energy and you're like, ooh, I don't really like their vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody been there?
Yes.
Yeah. Or you're like, I gotta fuck with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Like your body's kind of picking up on their energetic field. So Abraham talks about the power of why meditation, breath work, any tool that's going to get you in your physiology, working out, it gets us in our body. And that groundedness support allows our electrical field to kind of open up. And it's so much bigger than us, right? And it's like, that's how I choose to live my life, is how do I want to show up in the world from a place of embodied unconditional love, because it's so much more than just like this right here.
Yeah.
And then that ripple goes to our kids, it goes to the conversations we have throughout the day. And the more that we like tune into that, and Abraham's always like, you gotta follow your train of thought. You know, you gotta you gotta get into it. Yeah. What are
and
what
I
are some
catch
of your favorite
myself
things
now, like everything, like what I'm thinking, or when I feel, going by feelings, like if I feel like what's going on, you know, so I catch myself.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, the power of feeling. She's always saying how it's so important, because we always think that when we get the body, we're gonna be there and feel good, or when we get the car, or when we get all the money, or we do these extravagant things, then we're gonna feel better because of the thing. And really what she's teaching us is tap into the feeling now. Like, what does that feel like now?
Before you have all that.
I would have listened to her.
I know.
And that's
really
what breath
deep.
can do.
Life changing. She's forever changed my life.
It's almost like, you know, social intelligence is really how you optimally get through the world, you know? I feel like when you're not perceptive and you're not really utilizing social intelligence, it's really hard to navigate spaces. And I feel like this is almost training that social intelligence aspect of the way that we operate, right?
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to lay out some yoga mats and get ready for some incredible breath work. And we're going to see what kind of stress we can release. We'll be right back. And we are back. We are tuning into our vibrations with the one and only Lindsay Bell, who is going to take us through an actual breathwork session. So, boom, heads to you, girl. Let's go.
All right, sisters. Ha ha ha. To the nice side. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna go into a bit of an experience here, and I'm gonna show you guys and guide you on how to get the most maximum benefit of your breath, your life force energy. So when we come down into a laying position, I'm gonna take you through the first half, which is going to be more of a fast-paced breath. The breath is going to be open mouth. So kind of like what I was saying earlier, we're kind of spiking the system a little bit, and I want you to think about the breath coming in and down, not so much as like up here, right? But think about breathing down into your womb, right? For us as women, that's our space of creation. So we're gonna breathe and give that magic today.
I have a question. How that is really, it seems like it's so simple, but it's hard to breathe that deep into your diaphragm.
Yes.
What is a tip that you could give to us to do that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
The reason I say breathing down is I want your mind to get into the space of down. You know what I mean? So it's more so like the mind kind of taking you down through this space. But if you just take your hands and place them on your belly here, okay? We're just gonna go through a couple of rounds, and I want you to imagine that you're breathing down and also 360 degrees around. So get that visual in your mind. You're breathing into your lower back and down. So we're gonna breathe in here. You can watch me for a few. almost like I'm breathing through a straw. It's a little uncomfortable, right? So let's try together. Here we go. We're gonna go in. That's it. Yes. Ribs come out. One more.
Does it help if you close your eyes?
Yeah. One more. That's it right there. Yeah, perfect. So it might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first. Like I said, it might take a second for your body to feel into that. It's a little bit easier when you're laying down, but your body knows exactly what it's doing. So you're gonna find your own rhythm. You don't have to breathe the same as anyone else here. It's your body, it's your breath. This is your experience always, right? So we're gonna go into that. I'll guide you through the entire thing so you don't have to think about what you're doing. We'll go into that breath and then we'll experience a breath hold. I'll tell you to breathe in, exhale all the air out of the belly, and then I'm gonna ask you to hold. We'll hold the breath for a moment and then we'll go right back in. So we'll do about 3 rounds of the expansive breathing here. After that, the second half, I'm gonna take you back down. So we're gonna do what is called regulating our nervous system. So we're going from sympathetic to parasympathetic, rest and digest. And that's gonna look like in through the nose. So we're gonna go here. Really long exhale. Okay, so the focus is really elongating that exhale to bring your body back down to regulation. Cool. And again, some of the things that might come up might be visual. Maybe you get a thought, maybe you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to get pancake mix this morning. I gotta go to the store after this, right? Like, or you might be like, oh, I need to call my grandma, you know? Or maybe there's just some beautiful messages that come through, right? This is your experience. All we're doing is breathing. All we're doing is coming back home to our body. And really when we do this together, it's a privilege because we're all just walking each other home anyway.
Yeah.
So.
I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. All right, ladies. So I'm going to have you turn around. Your head's going to face, that way. Toes and feet that way. All of us have black feet, so we're going to just not, I'm just kidding. There we go. And you're going to separate your feet nice and wide. Yeah. And then arms are going to come down by the sides here. And I want you to think about taking up space. Being in this position might feel a little bit vulnerable. You're open. Allow the palms to flip up. Yeah. Open up wide, even more space than you think you're taking. If you need to hold hands, that's okay too. Yeah. All right, and all together, we're gonna take a deep inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth, little gentle sigh. Good, another one, deep inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. That's it, ladies. Good. One more. Deep inhale. And exhale, let go. From here, just start to breathe normally. Don't worry about how the breath is coming in or if you're doing it right. Just allow the natural rhythm of your body to start to take place. Softening the jaw, relaxing all the tiny muscles around the face. Even allowing your fingertips to start to relax into its natural curl. Just noticing. Noticing in your body where you might be feeling any tension. Meeting it with the intention of, there's nothing to fix. I'm willing to feel you. Noticing how your shoulders start to melt even deeper down into the floor. Relaxing the heart and the back of the ribs. Softening your belly. Hips relaxed, heavy. And all 10 toes simply just melt away. Feel the perfection in silence. Know that today with your breath is nature. You are of nature. And nature rewards courage. To breathe and be in your body is to be courageous, to be aware, to be in alignment with mind, body, soul. Taking one more inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. And calling in this intention of clarity, receiving clarity for today's practice. Clarity. Releasing stress, embodying clarity. And we'll begin. You can join me when you're ready. 'Open mouth, that's it, keep going. Deep breaths all the way down into the belly, that's it. Your body, your breath, keep it going. Yes. Notice if you feel any tingles or sensations in the body. The body simply communicating with you. That's it, releasing any energy that's been stuck in the tissues. Yeah, about 5 more, here we go. 2. That's it, last one. Deep inhale, hold at the top, and then exhale all together, let all the air out of the belly. That's it, and then hold at the bottom, hold the breath. And just notice. What do you want to embody? How do you want to show up in the world? Feel it, see it. In 3, 2, and 1. Deep inhale, let it feel good. Deep exhale. That's it. One more round of clearing. Here we go. Deep inhale. Finding your rhythm. That's it, ladies. Noticing that whatever's coming up in the mind is coming up to be released. It's coming up for you. The only way out is through. Keep it going, staying connected, breathing all the way down, whole body breathing, breathing into your skin. That's it, good, about 5 more, here we go, 5, yeah, 4, 3, 2, last one, deep inhale, and exhale it out. Good, hold at the bottom here. Hold, hold, hold. Feel the blood pumping. And you hear your heart working independent of your doing. Your organs digesting. Every part of your function in your body is rewarding you in every moment. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Good. Now moving into in through the nose. Gentle exhale out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Let it feel good. How good does it feel to be connected to your body? Connected to your breath? Connected to your own wisdom? And for the next few breaths, just bringing yourself now back into gratitude for your body, for your family, for the people around you. And then send that breath to the people you love. Your energy is powerful. Your heart coherence is powerful. And it goes so much far beyond anything that we could ever imagine. And then pulling that breath all the way back into your heart. It can be hard to hear the heart's whispers sometimes, but when we make space through breath, we can actually stay and listen. You are whole. Slowly starting to bring sensation back into your fingertips. Feeling your body completely held by Mother Earth. And starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just making some gentle sensation. Moving gently and slowly. You deserve gentle and slow. And starting to bring the hands up and rolling the wrist. And then whenever you feel ready, reaching the arms up and overhead like the first morning stretch, bringing some physical sensation back into your body. Feel like you're just waking up in your bed. Exhale, arms come back down by the sides. Good. And then rolling onto your right or left side into a fetal position. When you feel ready to move, using your bicep as a pillow and just kind of holding yourself here. Just thanking yourself for connecting with your own body today. Deep breath in here. And exhale. And when you feel ready, slowly using the strength of your palm to press yourself all the way back up into a seated position. We'll face forward. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did you guys?
Wow.
I hope you guys did that with us.
Yeah.
If not,
Rewind. Oh man, you guys, if you didn't, I highly recommend it.
Wow.
What was your experience like, if you'd be willing to share?
Oh gosh. I mean, me first.
You go first. You go first, and then Camille, you go.
Believe it or not, I felt like it was hard to breathe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've struggled that much, but like trying to have focused breathing, and then not feeling. I felt like I was almost like hyperventilating, like where you feel like feeling woozy. Is that? Am I doing it wrong? If I feel that way?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you can't breathe wrong. You know what I mean? But the purpose of the breath kind of going into that state is that stress state, which is why you feel a little stress. It's uncomfortable. First of all, your mouth is open, feels like you're breathing through a straw. Your mouth is dry. You're like,
That was
like,
my mouth.
Yeah. So it's not sexy. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You make it look sexy.
Thank you. Lots of practice. But yeah, so we're going into that stress state. So yeah, there is no right or wrong way to do this. And that's the thing, is like taking the pressure off. And I love that you shared that, because a lot of people do feel this way. I know I did when I first did it too. But I'm curious what you felt, like what came up for you in that, and the regulation breath coming back into your body? What was that flip for you?
Good.
So for me, I have a hard time, I feel like, checking out. And so in this, trying to be intentional, it's like, okay, don't think about, gotta go to the grocery store and do this. So for me, that's hard to just be able to relax. But really focusing on it. And then when we had to do like those long breaths and just feel tingly, my forearms were twitching, which I thought was weird. I'm like,
My head.
I was like, I felt weird because my jewelry was hitting, and I'm like, why am I twitching? But it's then I felt like I melted like into the floor.
I love
interesting.
that. And I just want to share on that topic. Ooh, we're stuck. On that topic of, I think meditation and breath work and these different, techniques that we can use. The purpose is not to have no thought. It's being a witness to what you're thinking about.
Interesting.
It's like your thoughts are clouds. They're just moving through the sky. Right? That's it. It's a weather pattern. You're the mountain, and our thoughts and our shit and our stuff is the weather pattern coming in and out, but it passes. And really the breath and meditation, it kind of just anchors us to be able to actually go, oh, like that's what I'm thinking about, and not make it wrong, because I still do it. You know.
Well, then I'll be honest. So what I was thinking, Come
on, girl, let it go, let it go.
I was thinking of funny jokes.
I love it.
She was thinking of memes.
I was like, oh,
I wish you would have giggled.
Could have said something really inappropriate there, but
I love it.
Professional.
I love it.
You went from being like, I had no thoughts.
Oh my God. Well, focus. Just focus on relaxing.
Camille, what about you? What was yours?
Well, I had a hard time breathing too, and this is something that like I always have a hard time, like especially like before I would go on stage, for an example, I would try to like really get some deep breaths to my diaphragm to kind of calm my nerves. But it's so hard. I find myself to like I do shallow breaths. So doing the deep breaths, like that was challenging, but I actually felt like almost numbness, like up in my like trap area.
That's where you have your attention.
But I actually
your body knows where you're holding it, and it goes. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was almost like kind of numb feeling. But usually during meditations, I always feel like I fail because I'm thinking about every other thing. I was listening to the sound. Actually, I'm like, I think I smell coffee.
Those are your senses, girl. That's meditation.
I was like, I've never actually heard this room so silent before.
I know. Yes.
Yeah, completely normal. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
You said that's where she felt it, that's where we're holding stress.
Yeah, so your body knows. It remembers every experience, everything that has ever happened to you. It knows the way. And a lot of times it's our mind that gets in the way, but we are actually bottom up. Our body is a neurological network. And so if somebody were to throw something in the room right now, our mind wouldn't go, oh my gosh, Susie threw a water bottle at us. Our bodies would go, first.
Sure,
that is so true.
So if our body's doing that, then it's actually storing information. You know what I mean? So when you're breathing and you have that, I'm a twitcher. I'm like,
I was twitching.
But it's the body. It's like I was saying earlier, and how an animal discharges trauma from the body. Your body's discharging. It's just your unique way of feeling it. So it tingles. Numbness, twitching, kicking, whatever it is, laughing, all the things. Your body's like going to where it's in the tissue, and the fascia's opening up, all of these parts, which is so imperative for people that lift and are in this world. The fascia, it's going into the muscle tissues and releasing that. Like, that's amazing.
So this is an example when you were talking about like with an animal, like they have the ability, like they go to the water to drink and then their animal come, but they have the ability the next day to go in peace. Whereas with us, we think too much, and so when we'll take on that stress and keep it.
That's it.
And that's the difference, and that's what you're.
And we are animals. In fact, the word like soul, that might be esoteric for some people, but the word soul comes from Latin, which is anime. I might be butchering that, which actually means animal. like we are animals. We're animalistic beings, you know? And when we really like let our shit go, I know for me, I am a child. My inner child comes out to play. I am dancing, I am swinging, I am laughing, and I just want to move. I want to play. You know, and like our natural state is very childlike, and it's animals. That's our nervous system like responding and rewiring really.
How was your experience?
You know what was cool is it's like I just really lost myself and just like completely. First of all, when you had us turn our wrist, like that's not a normal feeling for me. But I lost myself, and they stayed that way pretty much the whole time. I felt some tension a little bit in my back, and then I started to like relax. But I did have this, first of all, it's like hard to let go because I'm always trying to look a certain way. So then when I came out of it, I was like, oh my God, was I showing my fat tummy on TV?
We all think like that, though.
I had just like
As
let
women,
go.
we think like that.
We all do.
And then I had this thought of like this hate, love. Like I was feeling love and sending love to someone that I kind of really like, you know, it's okay. So that was really
powerful.
It was like I truly had this thing. It was like, it's okay, like to love despite, because that's who I am.
Despite differences.
Love.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I always say, like, in hindsight of that, forgiveness is actually for you, not for them, because it's like healing our own attachments to the experience. So that is like so beyond powerful to be able to send love to someone that you really might not be too fond of. Wow, that's special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gosh, you guys are so much deeper than me.
Well, I don't think
no
I was
way,
deep. I was
girl.
talking about saying jokes and inappropriate stuff.
That is deep compared to
that's
mine.
deep. But you're
Anything
funny.
can happen though.
No,
But you're
know
funny.
Wendy's thinking how hungry she is.
Well, maybe. No, but I have a lot of like aches and pains. Like like my hips and my elbows, and like I've been having like elbow pain and everything like that. And while I was laying there, I just felt all the little sensations, you know? And like right when my hands started twitching, you're like, and if you twitch, it's okay. And I'm like, good. But I was feeling like I let I almost felt my blood flowing through my body. You know, like I could almost like see, like I was a witness to it. Like you said, that's such a good way of saying it, because I could almost see the blood flowing through my body and feeling it just kind of flow and move and tingle, and I could feel like the little spots where I was having pain. It was kind of cool. Maybe I am deep.
Yes,
Yeah, you are, girl.
You surprised yourself.
It was deeper than I thought, but yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, blood flow that's the easiest way to get blood flow. Like you could literally, for anybody at home, you could do this for 10 breaths. And then you can go into regulation for 10 breaths, and it will change the entire trajectory of your day.
Yeah.
You know, or like your kids or whatever, your relationships. We learn the most from our relationships. Those are our biggest triggers. And I always say, trust the trigger to teach. It's like a tender part asking to be like felt and alchemized. But using a tool like this at home can create that blood flow and that release. Yeah.
Now, is this something you'd recommend? So for everyone who followed along at home, can they just repeat it? Or is there's probably more advanced stuff you would do if it's a retreat that they can go to with yours? Or where can people that maybe aren't as lucky as us?
What does a retreat look like? What is what do? Or what do you do on the retreat?
Yeah,
we're coming.
Let's go. I love it. Okay, so I'll first and foremost, I'll answer the breathwork question. So I host somatic breathwork events every month here in the Phoenix area. And you can find me, I'm sure we'll like tag the Instagram and stuff on there, because I'll have the links to that. I would love to have you and support you. you. There's music in the room with that. There's hands-on touch. It's a little bit deeper, but it is so amazing in a group setting because everyone's giving each other permission and everyone has a different experience, and it's awesome. So highly recommend that, please. I would love to hold your heart. And then retreats, yes, I host women retreats, and these are honestly the most incredible experiences I've ever been able to do. It's exciting. We rent out a beautiful home, Airbnb. We have a private chef who does all organic meals. We really cater to your nourishment. It's all about embodiment for women. So we will be doing this, somatic breathwork, clearing, releasing, creating sisterhood connection. I know a lot of us, we struggle with that, having sisterhood, healing the mother wound, and then stepping into your veracity. So dancing and moving and sensuality, your erotic self, and really coming back to that.
Veracity, that's my new word.
That's some spunk to it.
Right? It's a fun word. So it's really about coming together and using tools and practices to go deep, but more importantly, like come back home to yourself and recognize that we're all here together. And it's so fun. It's the most magical experiences I've had so far.
Where can people find you?
Yeah, so my Instagram has everything. I love the gram. So Lindsay.Bell, and that's LINZEE.Bell, BELLE. I have everything on a link tree. You can find the retreats, all the information for breathwork events. And yeah, that's where you can find me. Please message me. I'd love to chat with you and support you.
Well, this was amazing. And I think for anyone, this is the first time I've tried anything like this. And if you were intimidated or unsure, hopefully this kind of broke down those barriers, because we all can benefit. And as you can see, we all have different experiences. And there's no wrong experience. So make sure you guys flag this episode. You'll want to keep repeating it. Or if you're in the Phoenix area or can go to a retreat, definitely hit up Lindsay. This was amazing to have you in studio to take us through my first one and several of them. And then, of course, Linda giving us tips on other people to look into as well. So thank you guys so much. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. If you followed along with us, let us know what your journey was like. And that wraps up another episode of Femme Flex Friday. We will see you guys next time.